Hey guys, welcome back to another Jurassic World Alive video, another hybrid contest, and let's go over this week's, I think, season 12's? Wow, it's been like 12 seasons, okay, but, also pre-season as well, so 13 seasons of these hybrid design contests. So, anyways, let's go over these. So, at number 4 and number 5, we have a tie in terms of the votes, so let's go over the first one. So, we got Sugadomimus by Chiquithanos, and it's Proceratomimus plus Sugamimus, which is it's an interesting combo. So it's a unique, even though it's made from a legendary or an epic in common, but that's fine. That happens sometimes, right? So its stats: 3.3k health, 1,100 damage, 130 speed, 5% crit, and no armor. This is the art. Art is by Jurassic Geek 302. And the moveset, we got Pinning Strike, Gashing Strike, Extracting Rampage, Instant Extraction, Immunity, and Swap and Wound. What the hell is Gashing? Oh, Gashing Stance. So, Priority, gain 75% chance to dodge 3 turns. DOT 20%, targets max health for 2 turns. This moveset's kind of weird. Swap and Wound you almost would never use just because it just doesn't have too much. It doesn't have enough HP to swap in, right? If you want more effective Swap and Wound, obviously you want to have slightly more HP than this. You don't want to have it just swap in and die. Would be very rare scenario where you would use that Swap and Wound. As for Extracting Rampage and Extraction, that's fine, I guess. Like the biggest thing that it lost from Proceratomimus, honestly, is its damage. Huge damage nerf. But, you are trying to go for bleed, I guess, with Gashing Stance, right? So you're going to have 75% chance to dodge for 3 turns. You're going to deal 40% of your opponent's HP on turn 2 with the DOT, right, at the end of turn 2. So you can 2-shot someone. So it could be really strong if you could 2-shot someone, right? So what you're trying to accomplish here is you go for that DOT damage. That's 40% of your opponent's HP, and hope that on turn 2, Extracting Rampage would have enough damage to do 60% of your opponent's HP, which would be 1 or 2.2k damage. Maybe if you're against lower HP dinos, you could probably get away with taking something out on turn 2. Otherwise, you probably would have to wait for turn 3, get another Pinning Strike in, right? And hopefully that would do 60% of your opponent's HP, right? But, if you are dealing with lower base HP dinos, this would be a bit more effective than higher base HP dinos, obviously, right? So, anyways, that's tied for number 4. And moving on to the other tied for number 4 is Clorex? I don't know, again. Terrible with pronouncing this stuff. And since we're doing these again, you guys will see me struggling pronouncing these stuff again. By Storm Pasta. So, let's open the original, make it slightly larger. So, over here we have, so its name means Massive Claw King, which, again, I do like these really creative names. I just wish they were slightly more pronounceable. So this is Pinonyx plus Scrapasuchus, right? Moveset, Minor Rending Attack, Lethal Wound, Immobilize, Definite Rampage, Ability, or Passive, I guess. Immune to Decel. By the way, I love this art. This art is really cool. Stats, 4,450 HP, 1.3k attack, speed 125, 20% armor, 20% crit, and then Spinonyx plus Scrapasuchus. So, 125 speed is suspect, right? 20% crit and armor is great, obviously. Attack is fine. 1.3k is good damage. HP is not bad either. So overall, really decent stat-wise. Let's see. Moveset, Minor Rending Attack, which you'll probably almost never use. Lethal Wound, Immobilize, Definite Rampage. You know what? You might use Minor Rending Attack if you're facing something that is immune, right? Or maybe sometimes Lethal Wound might still do more damage with just, even if they're immune to bleed, the 1 times damage might be significant to an extent, right? All right. Ability immune to decel. That's great, obviously. Definite rampage. So you're basically trying to bleed. It does have a bit of an identity issue here, because you're either trying to bleed someone to death with lethal wound plus immobilize. That's a really deadly combo, by the way. And then you also have different rampage up. I mean, it really depends on what you're fighting. This obviously has a huge counter, which is immune dinos or immune to DOT. But even if you are facing them, 1.3k base damage with a definite rampage, that's still not terrible damage. You might, take out 40% of their HP before you get taken out. So yeah, pretty interesting dino, right? In the right scenarios, it could be really freaking strong. In other scenarios, it has a really, if you get countered, you get countered, right? So I think it's a pretty well made hybrid. The stats might be slightly too high, maybe tone down the armor a bit, maybe make it like 10%, 50% or whatever. But overall, I'd say this is a pretty well done hybrid. So moving on to number 3 on this list, we got Entoblosceratops by Scourge, and let's open this one up. I think this is the whole Jurassic Geeks artwork. I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. It looks like Jurassic Geeks. It could be Scourge's as well, just imitating Jurassic Geeks art style, I guess. But anyways, so this is Entelodon plus Carbodoceratops, right? And in terms of stats, 4.1k HP, 1,100 and, well, just 1.1k base damage. Is that 4,000 or is that like 4.8k? Anyways, it looks like 4,000 to me. 118 speed, 50% armor, and 50% armor. Okay, 5% crit. With superior vulnerability, mutual fury, dig in, devastation, immune to DOT. Yeah, this might be one of the best dinos in the game if this was to be added in the game. Few things. Superior vulnerability plus mutual fury into devastation. Unless your opponent is immune, they will be dead. They will be dead. Or probably mutual fury first. Actually, okay. It does have an issue of when to use these moves, right? Because if you use superior vulnerability first and then mutual fury, then that turn you will get hit by a by a ferocious boosted attack from your opponent. So that could be an issue, right? So it would be pretty hard to pull that off. But on the other hand, you do have 50 freaking % armor. So there's that as well. But if you could get like the combo off, you could have like ferocious up, vulnerability up, and then go into like a devastation, right? That would do a lot of freaking damage. But it's really hard to set up, right? Also have dig in, which is nice, especially considering you have, again, 50 freaking armor, and then the HP regen helps as well, and immune to DOT, that obviously would be one of its weaknesses, although it does have dig in, so it's not that big of a weakness overall. But anyways, so that's Entoblosceratops from Scourge. So that's number 3. Moving on to number 2 on the list, we have Scaphamoloch by Zark. Let's make this slightly larger as well. So it's a legendary. It's Scaff plus Digimon, 3,480 HP, 1,380 attack, 5% crit, no armor, and 128 speed. So it has long defense strike, swoop, instant rampage, regen, swap and wound, immune to stuns. So instant rampage obviously is an extremely strong move. With almost 1.4k damage, that will do a lot of damage on an instant rampage, which is really strong, obviously. But that is kind of its only like damage output move. So like after that, you probably would have to either regen and swoop or just swoop, right? Because aside from that, I mean, unless you're really just going for damage from long defense strike, which isn't really that great. I mean, it's just a strike, right? Because that, instant rampage does have quite a few turns before you can use it again. So you probably want to swoop out of here or whatever. But that's still a really devastating combo, right? So for the most part, does it say what rarity this is? Oh, it's a legendary. Okay, cool. Yeah, overall pretty interesting set. 128 speed kind of sucks, but then again, it's mainly relying on its instant rampage, so the 128 speed doesn't hurt it as much as it does other dinos, right? Swap and wound. Highly doubt you would ever use this, right? Again, just low HP swap and wound. They don't really fit too well together, unfortunately. Immune to stuns is great, obviously. So, although, it being stunned isn't the end of the world, but if it does go for an instant rampage and then you get stunned, that's gonna really, really hurt. Because you're gonna get, like, hit twice in a row, right? And if it's something faster than you, then even worse. But aside from that, decent set. I'd say this is a pretty well-built dino overall. Not too powerful, not weak at all, right? Let's read this creature description. Despite its very sharp teeth, this tiny hybrid is a herbivore. The teeth add an extra tool of defense alongside its spiky skull against predators. Okay, I like the art as well. Really, really simple art and to the point. Although I don't really see too much scaff in it, which is fine. I personally don't mind. I guess the teeth, I guess. So anyways, moving on to number 1 this week. The man, the myth, the legend, Kinda Deadman is back with Ignoraptor. And holy crap, they spend a lot of effort on creating this art, it seems, right? So, this is Scolosaurus plus PYRORAPTor. Again, for context, here's the art. Wow. Like, even all the background stuff, they even have like a compy over here. It looks like compy, at least. Dead compy. The color scheme, overall, just fantastic. I can't say enough good things about this artwork. Okay, back to the set. So, creature description: this small-sized raptor is very agile despite its heavy armor. It is also an excellent tree climber like the PYRORAPTor. Legendary: health 3.2k, damage 1.2k, 128 speed, 20% armor, and 10% crit. Vulnerability strike, precise pounce, long protection, distracting impact, immune to distraction. So, looking at the multipliers, so this is a very, very, very balanced offensive kit, right? You have only 1.2k damage, but which is not bad, right? But it's not like something overpowered, like you got like 3 freaking rampages. It's a rampage plus an impact, so overall damage output really, really nice. You also have vulnerability strike if you want to increase that for, the cost of turn as well, right? Which I guess you could use it in some scenarios, but would be really hard since you could just precise pounce, distracting impact into precise pounce again. Like maybe after that, vulnerability strike. And then precise pounce again. But 128 speed is again not the greatest at the moment, but with the kit it should be fine, especially with long protection, right? Even though low health, long protection helps a lot with that, right? Immune distraction also helps, but unfortunately it does not have immune to decel, which would have made this thing incredibly strong, right? But still, immune distraction is still nice to have. Long protection, great for stuff with this low HP, and overall really great offensive kit as well, and also has 20% armor, so it's not as easy to kill as a lot of the other raptors, right? So even at this low HP with only 128 speed, it should do fine against a lot of the faster dinos, especially that it can't be distracted. So like an Erloca Spix, you can't do much against it, right? Magna, same speed tier, right? So that's obviously very very helpful. So anyways, great work here by Kinda Deadman as usual, with a great artwork as well. So anyways, again, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We should, now that school's over for me, these should come out pretty regularly. Again, usually on every Tuesday. So if you guys want to enter as well, join the Discord link in the description box below, and you could enter your artwork here, and that's pretty cool, I guess. So anyways, congrats to everyone who made the list this week, and also to everyone who participated as well. And yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Like and enjoy this video, subscribe to your channel for some more Jurassic World Live content, and I'll see you guys in the next one.